Hey, dear Tyler, good morning. And how are you doing? I hope you're good. I really hope you're fine. I hope everything is going on well. Happy New Week, right? 6 days into the month of February, God has been faithful. And apparently it seems like the year is really moving pretty quick. I just wanted to say that I was blown away by the last episode, right? The Love Sessions with Puri and Marie. And I think we had the highest number of listens ever recorded on Dear Tyler for a day or a week. Like, I think close to 77 in one day. Right now it stands about 95. So clearly you guys like anything love, but I think that's cool. And it was fun doing the collaboration with them rather. They enjoyed it. I think they got a lot of feedback and it was nice. So thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for sharing. For those of us that might just be listening to Dear Tyler for the first time, you could go back and listen to that episode. It was really, really enlightening and very nice and fun. Today we're going to continue with another couple. They're friends of mine, right? We met like a few years back and we've been close ever since. Today you'll be hearing from Sarah and you'll be hearing from Monday, right? They're an amazing couple and they'll get to share their story with us, right? So let's pay attention, let's listen deep so that let's just learn all that we can, especially we the single ones, right? Let's learn all that we can. And once we're done with their session, I'll be back, just to give a little prayer, and then that's it. So enjoy. All right, guys, we're here with our next couple for this month, and we're here with I personally prefer calling them the Mondays, but the wife, my guy, doesn't like it, so she prefers Yebo, the Yebos. So I'm here with the Yebos. I would like them to introduce themselves. So I don't know who will start. They said ladies first. That's what they said. Yes. But during war, people push the men.
Okay, my name is Mrs. Sarah Yebo. Yeah, so I do.
Yes, so I do too.
Oh, God.
Yes. Yes, now, who are you to him?
I'm Yebo's wife.
Yes, now, you could be Yebo's auntie that married his father's brother.
Oh, Mom.
Yes, now.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, it's...
I guess that makes me Mr. Yebo.
Right.
Okay, my name is Monday Yebo Egomano. The husband of Mrs. Sarah Yebo.
So apparently Sarah doesn't like the name Monday.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Why?
I just prefer the Yebo. I feel like Monday is not a name.
The day of the week.
It's day of the week. Who cares? And you guys make fun of me. Just imagine coming to record this on a Sunday. And it's on Monday.
No, but then I think anyway, it's I don't know. I still like the Monday. It's quite relatable.
Yeah.
Okay, so general question.
Yes.
How did you meet? Who met who first?
I think we met on the same day.
Of course.
No, we did. We met on the same day.
So
but who approached who first?
Like there was no gist. Maybe you're not recommended or something.
No.
Okay, it happened like this. We had a mutual friend.
Okay.
Who before this time we didn't know each other. Like
Okay.
Sarah, we didn't know each other. But I was at work one day and my friend, his name is UK.
Okay.
I'm allowed to mention his one. He called and he said there's a music minister by the name Dr. Joe
Okay, I thought it was your wife.
who is having administration in town in Abuja. He's not. Then he wasn't based in Abuja.
Yeah,
so he was going to be having administration in Abuja, and he needed instrumentalist. So he called me. He called some guys.
Yeah.
And well, we obliged. I was like, okay, we'll come play for him. So we had to do a rehearsal before the administration. So we went to the studio, and that was where I saw her for the first time. She was one of the backup singers. And at that time, I wasn't really open to a relationship.
You had to stay somebody else.
But then I had come out of one relationship, and at that time I was still trying to find my ground, and, come back to be myself. So I saw her, and quite frankly, there was no. It was just like every other person.
That time she was not fine.
What?
Okay, she wasn't this fine, yes. No, it's true. You're not fine.
You want to say
She wasn't this fine, but then I can remember my first impression of her, because when I see people, of course, especially at that point where I was still thinking, okay, I could probably be meeting my wife here. It was one of the thoughts that was at the back of my mind everywhere I go.
Okay.
Yeah. So when I see anybody, I scan them.
So you scanned me
through
scanner.
Through that scanner.
That lens of wife.
Exactly. Could this person? But then when I looked at her, I was like, okay, this could probably be one of the daughters of those rich people, because she looked. She was looking.
What that's not for.
It just didn't cross my mind. I just came to do what I came to do, and we left. But then, yeah, that was that rehearsal.
Yes.
Left. The next day was supposed to be the administration, so we went for the administration. And after the administration, this mutual friend of ours decided, okay, he wanted to drop me at home.
Okay.
Then drop them. So she and her friend Barnabas, and then one other lady, Hannah. Hannah plays the guitar.
Okay, Hannah Abu.
Yes, Hannah Abu. So they were together. And they had known each other before now. So we entered the car, and I was sitting in front. They were sitting behind. And UK decided to introduce us formally. Not to her specifically, but to them.
UK was doing the Lord's work. He did not know.
And he actually said something. You remember?
Yeah, he said something.
No, let me get there.
This is so sweet. You want to say
I'll let you say it from your perspective.
No, don't worry.
Let me speak from my perspective. So, UK was like, guys, meet Monday. He's the drummer of Extreme Life. And they all went, what? Extreme Life? Are you serious? I was shocked because, of course, I know that they knew about Extreme Life because of Pastor Chibi's work. But I was kind of surprised that they think I was one star. They were like, are you serious? So, like, the simple me. So we eventually exchanged numbers that night, and UK now said, Sarah, don't start liking him. In the garden. And that was it. That was how we met. So,
just like Monday said, it's perspective. So probably what he saw is not what you remember.
It's the same.
So when who walked into the rehearsal hall first? You or her?
They were already there. I came from work.
Okay, so when he walked in, what was it like?
Nothing, no. It just felt like, okay, they are here. Yes, we are. Because I don't think relationship was. I don't know. I wasn't waiting to meet my husband here. I don't know. I was just there to rehearse and to have fun. I love to make friends. But let's enjoy ourselves. So I saw him. I didn't really take mental, really look at him like that. But I just looked at every one of us. I'm like, okay, so these are the people I'm going to be working with. I think after that, just like you said, we went. The next day was administration, and then we exchanged numbers. And then he called. Did you even call me?
Yeah,
You didn't call me.
No, I called
He called everybody.
Mm.
I called Barnabas, I called Anna.
I don't know why he was not calling. It's not that doesn't know how to call. He was not calling people. It's because see, from that time you couldn't sleep. You start thinking that you get this thing.
I called because you specifically said,
wait in the car.
hope you will call. Yes. And I said no, definitely I will call. So I called him. I called Barnabas, and I was like, we just arrived. Okay, we just arrived. I said, thank God. And I called Anna, and I was like, we just arrived.
Mm-hmm.
That was a trip.
These guys to call
and then
me.
I called Sarah.
Yeah.
Her number was not there. Then I think a day later, or that same day, I can't remember, but maybe a few days later, she now called. I remember, I was like, you did not call me.
Aha!
Yeah, you
Sarah!
So that'll be all for now.
And I started explaining, no, I tried your number, I wasn't going to.
But then, we didn't even have time
no,
to explain it.
but again, why you didn't take it to heart was because you had told me that you didn't have a phone.
Yeah, my phone
The
had
phone
issues.
was, yeah, the phone was
Yes.
bad. And that when you eventually get a better phone,
I'll call you.
we'll talk. I was like, okay, no problem. So when I tried the number and it didn't go through, I remember that, okay, you see your phone was bad.
So we spoke.
Eventually we spoke. And that very first conversation, with every other person, with Barnabas and with Anna, it was more like, how was your trip? It was fine. Oh, wow, it was nice meeting you guys yesterday. All right, bye. But with her, it was, you didn't call me. Oh, I'm sorry. And then from there, how are you doing? How is so how's music? She immediately started having a conversation. And me being a quiet person, that was
it.
It was like somebody. I like to listen to people talk.
Yeah.
So if we are in a conversation and I have to be the one talking, you may not enjoy it. But if I have to listen, I love it. So she was the one really pushing for the conversation, and it just made a lot of sense to me. And I kind of enjoyed it, and I wanted more.
Yeah.
So that was how.
So when did you know you liked each other? So what did she do, or when did you realize you liked her? When did you realize that you liked him?
Go first.
Okay. So I think for me, I don't know if we have time, but I have to put a background to this to actually put it in perspective. I'll try to. Okay. So at the time we started talking, I started liking somebody else. Yeah.
He liked somebody else before.
Yeah.
He liked someone else before. Yeah, before you met me.
So now when I met her, it was now I was enjoying the conversation with her more. It felt at home with her than this other person.
Yeah.
So it became a struggle for me. But I was quite committed to giving my best to any relationship. So in fact it affected us a little because I had to tell her, see, I need to cut. I need to cut down this relationship so I can give this other relationship my best. If it doesn't work, let it be that I give it my best.
It didn't work,
So, but in that relationship, I realized that, okay, as much as I was cutting away from her and trying to give my best to our relationship, it was like I was forcing things to happen.
Yeah.
So, it wasn't as natural as having a conversation with her. I find myself dropping calls with this person and then calling her, and we're talking for hours.
That's typical Sarah.
Exactly. and this wasn't necessarily because we liked each other. I mean, if you've had a conversation with Sarah, you know.
Yeah.
It's the kind of person she is. She can hold a conversation. She can, get you to talk.
Very true.
And this will happen for hours and all of that. And I'm like, okay, this one that I'm putting my effort, me being the quiet person, it's like the one dragging, pushing everything. But this one just feels natural. So of course, because of that, I started developing interest. And I think I mentioned to her one time that if this relationship doesn't work, I'm coming for you and you will be the last. And honestly, at that time, it wasn't like I had any serious intention, but it was more like, okay, just letting her know that, see, I really enjoy this thing and I wish that we can have this, but I'm already here. You know, that's how it started.
Okay. So,
what's the question?
When did you know you liked him?
Well, after a while, because I'm always being very careful. I told myself the first person I'm going to go in a relationship with is the person I want to end up with. So he's literally my first man.
My God.
Yeah. So I think it just happened. It was just, I had peace. You know, whenever we talk, he just has the right words to always put. Whenever I used to have a lot of challenges, and when I talk to him, there's always this confirmation, always this peace.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, this person. Even the day he mentioned that if that other relationship, if this one doesn't work, I'm coming for you. I kind of was like, is this one okay? When I sat down to think about it, I'm like, if you come, then this is it. Because I really like this guy. It's okay. No, there's also not necessarily love, like, I can't sleep. But I'm like, this guy, I have this connection. Like, this guy is just, he's cool.
I really wish you guys could see what's happening. She's not touching him. Sarah likes him.
Yes.
Sarah like this guy. So, in your relationship before marriage and everything, was there any point where it was like, I'm not doing it again?
Oh yes.
There were points.
Who caused it?
Okay. I don't think it was that intense to that. It was more of, are you sure? Are you sure we should go ahead with this? You know, it wasn't the, no, I'm not doing it again. This is it.
So there was no point where maybe there was an argument or maybe one of you did something and you really sat there and you're like, is this thing worth it at all?
No.
Not
to that extent. No.
Okay.
It was more of, okay.
Are you sure? It towards our wedding.
Yes, it was even more
like
towards when we started.
Very close to, we're like,
married.
not even a matter of leaving each other safe. It's about, shouldn't we just wait and plan more and, gather resources? So it's not necessarily to leave each other. Okay?
So at no point in time did somebody do something that you felt like, this is disrespectful and I cannot live with this kind of person?
No, for me.
Of course, there were times when things happened that were hurt, but not. Okay, the thing is, I had been in a relationship before this, and as nice as it looked from the beginning, it ended up really hurting me.
Yeah.
And it just felt like I don't think she can actually do anything that will hurt me as much as that one did hurt me. Now, it wasn't now that I was now ready to accept anything as a result of that. That wasn't the case. It was more like, okay, I could tolerate more, but again, I knew what I wanted to tolerate and what I didn't want to tolerate. So it was, and there was actually nothing that she did that was to that point where I would say, okay, this is a deal breaker.
Okay.
It wasn't that. It was more of, okay, see, I don't like this, so I think if we're going to get married, we need to change this.
Yeah.
Those were
the things that you guys are talking about. Okay, so let's talk about jealousy. You guys are now married. You're a young couple, a year plus.
Yes.
You're married. So everybody's blood is still fresh. It's still fresh. And you know this terminology that they say the beautiful ones are not yet born. See me now, like I went to your church. And I was like, so people like this exist? Like, how can you be fine like this? And I'm like, so how do you deal with it? Do you get jealous, Sarah? Or maybe when a particular lady, maybe on his phone, you just notice, is this number, who is this girl or something? Does it happen to you? When you see a lady come to hug him or something, how do you sometimes feel like, oh my auntie, small?
Never. Never for once. In fact, I think I used to be the one trying to, because I'm a very free spirited person. I'm not saying that he's not friendly, but this kind of person that before you ask questions, he'll just tell you, oh, do you know I got a text from this person? She even added there.
Wow.
Can you imagine? Then I'm like, hey, when did it come to? What is she adding there? What's up? Why is she adding there? Who is she? Saying she just my colleague. I'm like, oh, she's savvy. So it's just nothing. Like he's like a book. He's literally open. He tells me a lot. I think I'm the one that sometimes I forget, and I'm like, then like I'm just like, hey, what's up? Hugging and all, Well, I don't know. Maybe I'll hear it for the first time if it feels.
Is there that jealous feel
jealous.
like you're touching my wife too much? Something like be calming down, or has it ever happened? And if yes, how do you work around it? For her, she says it's easy because you're like an open book. You come up and you tell her, okay, see this, or see this. So, is she an open book? Or
yeah, okay. I said yes because, and I understand what you're saying. I've always had this principle that don't give your spouse room to make conclusions about whatever is going on that could spike jealousy. So, as much as possible, she has a password to my phone. She can go to my phone anytime, go to my chats. I don't lock my chats or anything. She can go to anything. If anything happens, if I'm in a place where I feel like, okay, if she calls or if she finds out I'm here, I will let her know. This is where I am and this is what I'm doing.
yeah,
Because I don't want her to now begin to make those conclusions.
yeah.
Now, it wasn't like that for her at the beginning because, and I wasn't expecting her to be exactly like that. I intentionally decided that's how I wanted to be.
Yeah.
And it really helped me. So, she now noticing that, okay, this is the kind of person he is. I mean, till today, I don't think I really know the password to her phone. But she keeps telling me, this is my password. Put it, try it.
Yes. And he tries to give my phone, try
Like, she
it.
give me her phone, I say, put it, put the password. I'm like, I don't want to see anything. I'm not looking for anything.
I don't know why. Please help me ask you. You need to know. Please.
Like, I'm not looking for anything in you, right? And it's not because
you want to find something.
Yes.
Yeah.
I believe that I have shown you. Jesus said we should be an example, right?
Yeah.
I believe that I have tried to show you how I want to love you. It's your responsibility to choose to love me. That way. If anything happens, I believe I have the Spirit of God.
Yeah.
I will find out if I need to find out.
Okay.
But for me to now be looking for things and be... So, if I see how it's anybody, it's the same thing for me.
Yeah.
If there was anything, she would have told
You. Yeah, I get.
If she has a conversation with somebody and the person is crossing their boundaries, she tells me. This sometimes she's not even sure, and then she'll come, okay, this person, we had this conversation, what do you think about it? Do you think I crossed the line with this person? And sometimes I'm like, okay, you didn't really, but this could actually lead to something. When you let this person, there are times that somebody chats her up in the middle of the night and all of that, and I'm like, okay, I am not jealous, but if it continues, do you understand? This person might start having certain, ideas about it. So because of that, cut it off. So it has been more of, okay, let's be responsible, and we've tried to do that. So it has reduced the amount of, I see you with this person, I'm jealous.
So there's no room to. So you don't make any scenario that gives room for suspicion.
No, try not. If it happens, it will be an honest mistake.
Yeah.
Not because
Okay, so I would like to hear from Sarah. What are some of the things now? If they're too personal, there's no need to say it. But what are some of the things that Monday has done that you'll be like, what man is this now? It could be good or bad. Now the reason why I say good or bad is that there are a lot of things that we're not used to. That maybe we had a very toxic background, right? And we don't understand, like maybe why do you allow people disrespect you? Can't you, they insult you and insult them back or something, you get? And because maybe that's the environment you grew up. If somebody does something nasty to you, the best way to revenge is by your hair. So is there anything that he has done that has shocked you also? I'll be like, eh. Or all those things that they say about guys that can be disorganized. Sock here, shoe here.
Funny enough, contrary self.
Oh, you're the one?
Well, no. I'm really amazed though. I'm a very arranged person. I think to a default self, he used to say to a fault rather. He used to say what do you call it? How do you say it?
You're obsessed with.
Yeah, but don't ever say it again. That I'm obsessed with cleaning the house. Like I clean like every day. I clean the house every day, and it's normal. Like it's not like.
See, it's not. Sorry, it's not just. Sarah can come back from maybe we went out or
it's because you're around.
Have a meeting, and then we come back by 11 p.m. If she wants to clean the house, she will still clean
in the night. Outside.
Sometimes till 2 a.m.
No joke, nothing. Not like I'm angry with anybody. I'm having fun.
There's still tomorrow.
So next time I used to feel like okay, maybe after 1 year I would get tired. After 6 months, well, I don't imagine myself having a nanny.
She's not so used to it.
I'm used to it. Like as I'm cooking, I'm like in the kitchen. It feels like I've not cooked today because I've cleaned everywhere. As you are here, I've gone inside, I've washed the dishes. If you want another food, I can dish and we're ready to eat afresh. So, but when you ask the question, I think one of the things that he does that, which is it's okay, shall, but I think association. Yeah, I think I'm my husband can just see somebody, not like the person is a devil or something. He'll just be like, I don't feel like, the person's like, let's come hang out. He's totally off. And then when we are there, he's not, whatever you are doing, he's not impressed. He's
absent.
The way this Indian boy is just like, then it's like, it's not me that will not be. Sometimes I have to not pinch him. Sometimes we had serious arguments. I was not like, see, next time you know what we'll do this year, 2023. Anybody that invites us and you don't feel like going, you're not okay with it, tell me. Okay, we'll not go. We'll just tell the person that see. I think I told you, and I was like, see, I don't like that fiction. We had serious argument. I wanted to drop from the car and tell him to go home. Like I was so pissed. I'm like, what's your problem? Like he was like, he was not flowing and his spirit wasn't. I was not like, when I came back and then I was like, why was I even angry? Then I thought about it. I was like, come on, his spirit was not. It's not like
so you wanted to drop from the car.
I wanted to. I know I didn't tell you, but because if I had to think of like, do I have money? If I drop now, will I trek home? And it wasn't like Jabi or something. If I dropped, I would have trekked or maybe call somebody. It's to be embarrassing. What happened? And I'm save all that thing.
Yeah.
So that's the only thing I think. If it comes to neatness, I don't know. He's trying cooking, but he helps me with cooking.
Yeah.
He's really trying. When we eat, he washes. We don't tell each other, Sarah, I don't. No, I just come to the kitchen. He's washing the dishes. He's cleaning. He tries as much as he goes to work every day, both Saturdays, and then I understand that he comes back late, but then what needs to be done in the house, he tries his best.
Okay.
Yeah.
Monday, Eva.
He has a lot to say.
The ones that you can't say, and yes.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I think the first thing for me would be, okay, you know how I like the fact that she talks.
Yeah.
Now, when you now have an argument, you can understand.
The talk is bad.
No.
So.
Is like that?
I'm a kind of when I'm upset about something, I'd rather keep quiet. If it hurts me too much, I will walk out and go and calm down. Then I come back, we'll talk about it. But she doesn't want that. We have to deal with it. Let's talk. You're going out, you're not going anywhere. Sit down, let's talk about it.
It was not that bad.
No, but of course, it's beginning to understand that sometimes just let the man go.
Yes.
And then one of the things I've also had a friction with her about is this cleanliness. Now, she will clean the house.
No, I don't expect it to be neat like that. Don't dare say it.
Now you know what I'm going to say.
Because it's like that. He used to feel like when I clean, I expect no.
If she cleans and you walk in, and sit down.
I did not mention this one. I did not
Say it.
mention it.
Say it.
You would go outside, you go to work and come back. You will not clean your leg properly. They are 2 foot smart guy. I even bought another one. Outside, clean your leg.
The issue is not with cleaning the leg because
Do you know that he can be so careless? Do you know the other day, 2 weeks, 1 week ago, 2 weeks ago, he woke up. I was sleeping, obviously. He woke up very early.
that was last week.
Last week, but just imagine, so close. He stayed here, removed the shoe. I think you were putting on your shoe or something. And then they woke up, everyone was messy.
I have this shoe that the sole is white.
Okay.
So because of the I wash the sole before I wear it. Now that day, because I know who she is, after washing the sole, I still put it on that rag, cleaned it. Then
Did you clean
I
it?
am serious. I cleaned it. I didn't wear it there. I brought it here.
This way you
So that
wear
when
your shoe
I'm
now.
going out, yes, and I do that because if not, usually I will just wear my shoe. But I would rather bring it here so that I wear it here when I'm going out. If anywhere is going to be dirty, it's just here.
This idea.
I put that shoe here, went to place and came back. And then I wore the shoe.
Mm.
Then I remember I forgot something. I went back inside to pick it.
So that's what happened.
I went back inside to pick it. Then I went back. She woke up and called me.
But not immediately.
No, of course not immediately.
I see the
but
world
when
is
you
hearing
woke
you.
up-
Immediately.
Of course not immediately. I can't be immediately. Wow.
I was
But-
like, babe.
She called. No,
With
actually,
a
she
very
actually
nice
called
voice.
Yeah.
for something else. Then we ended that call. Then a few minutes later, she called again. Because there was something I have.
Yes.
Got to talk about something. She now said, "Babe, see your leg everywhere." I'm like, oh, all my efforts to clean. You know,
But it's
so
not
it
that
can.
extreme anymore.
No. But the thing is, of course, repeatedly,
Yeah.
it can be tiring.
Yeah.
So it's like if Sarah cleans, just make sure it's as clean as it is because
Because I don't like that thing that men, when you just come to the house, you see, you're coming back from church, your shoe is here, your bag is like,
Yeah.
come on, be organized. So I feel like if I let that, like if I don't know, I'm just saying this now, it's not like that. But I'm like, if I let that, if I just allow it like that, I'll start seeing things. But sometimes I don't say anything and then he knows what to do.
Well.
At times, it's just to be my bag. I come out from church and then my bag will be here. And then, no, but my shoe will never be here. My shoe is here. My bag, then he will pick it up. Or maybe when I do my makeup and then I'm rushing church and coming back, he would help me. And I'll be like, you see, now I'm helping you. But you be mentioning it, you see, you're the one now that's capturing
It's
things.
meant to be mentioned. It's meant to be
But-
I
mentioned.
tell her, me when I pick,
You don't
if I
talk.
pick her, this thing, I will not talk.
Yeah,
When she
quiet
picks,
person now.
if she
Okay,
picks my
very
glass,
cute.
I enter to the room and I come back. You dropped your glass. And I'm like, I carried your bag yesterday. You did not even know till now because I didn't see it.
But I don't say it anymore,
But no,
right?
but, I mean,
That was
that's
before.
what makes it fun, you know.
No, I don't say it
So,
anymore.
yeah.
All right. So 2 more questions. Right. How do you resolve your conflicts?
Okay.
No, like I know you
Sarah,
literally
talk.
say everything. No.
You go.
Why do you want me to talk first?
Dog.
How do we resolve our conflict?
Yes. Well, what's your method that? Okay, so let me put it this way. You're 2 different people, so the approach will be different. How do you pacify him? How do you make him feel good when you know you have upset him?
I've learned over the months. I used to want to. He's this kind of person that when you have an argument with, or you have a disagreement, you don't. He would always tell you, don't address. Don't. How do you say it? Address the problem.
The issue, not the person.
Yes, address the issue,
Not the person.
The person. It used to be like you did, and that's how you. No. So we just are like, okay, this situation. No, let's maybe next time we should do it this way.
Yeah.
And that way. So I've learned to approach him in a better way. Right now, I think most of the time when I'm really pissed, I pray. Like right now, I'm like, this man has really spirit. I have this come where I want. So as I'm approaching him, oh God, please help me. I don't want to say, because I know myself when I'm really pissed, I can say some things and then you'll be like, like, you know. So I try to think of what I want to say first, rehearse it in my head, then I talk to him. So what I do now is just to pray and then we sit and then analyze, okay, listen, I did, I'm sorry, this is why I did it.
Yeah.
What works for me right now is just sorry. When I say sorry, like, I'm really sorry.
Yeah.
Sometimes I should be like, are you tired of the sorry? Like, is the sorry too much? What would I do? There's one time I think I literally knelt down. I felt so bad. I felt really bad. I was like, what will I do? Like, if I cook this one does not eat, like, it's not a food. Like, you can't make him feel good because of with food. Or, I don't know, even gifts doesn't. Are you moved by gifts? He's
I like
not.
gifts.
He likes
Just,
touch, you know,
not
when
very
just like, oh, when you hold his hands and be like, ah, babe, and then words of affirmation, he loves it. So once in a while, I can just pick up my phone, you know, that say, listen, I messed up, I messed up last 2 weeks or 3 days ago. I'll just send, and it's not like I want to do it because I want him to feel good, or no, because I know that this man is actually really trying. You know, he's really trying, putting everything in order. I know how things are. But then he tries his best, so I was just like, man, thank you for being a good man, you know.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about you sleeping out, coming back very late. So,
Okay.
shaking.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yes. You know, and just like you said, I mean, we're two different personalities, individuals, and I have always been the more quiet person. I would rather avoid a conflict
Okay.
than, I know the people say, no, face it, you know, deal with it, and I'll do my best to avoid it.
To avoid it.
But when it becomes unavoidable, of course, we have to deal with it. But in dealing with it, if we begin to raise our voice, as far as I'm concerned, we are not making headlines.
Yeah.
Leave it. When we can talk without raising our voice, let's talk about it.
Okay.
That's the way I like to handle it. Yes. And it's not, and yes, I can still be mad. Do you understand? And I feel, let's not put ourselves in that shoe where we say, oh, people say it, and things work differently for people. We have to solve this thing today or we're not going to bed. It may not always work.
Yeah.
We started like that. We started like, see, tonight we will not sleep until we solve this thing. And we will talk and talk and talk and end up hurting each other more because the argument is getting heated.
Yeah.
And I know that that's not the way I want to handle this thing. I know if I take a step back, calm down, I literally will calm down. And I can talk to you, and sometimes I just need to step back in the middle of the heated back and forth talk. Just step back, relax a little, then I can come back and you might be even shouting at me and I'm looking at you, because I feel like, okay, now I can calm down and actually be reasonable. So addressing conflicts for us, it has grown from, okay, we must handle this and it's heated and all of that, to see, can we reasonably talk about this now? If we can't, let's address it later. If we can't be reasonable, if you can't be civil about this conversation now, it's best we talk about it later. But in that we are talking about it later, we assure each other that, see, I don't hate you, you don't hate me. There's the situation we want to solve. It is me and you against the problem. It is not me versus you.
True.
Right? So let's handle this when we can. But if we can handle it now, fine.
If we can't.
Now, I'll give an example. There was one that we had like that, and of course, in the process of, okay, let's calm down and do all of that, we were almost not talking for 24 hours. And then one of the nights, in fact, she decided she wasn't sleeping in the room. She was going to be sleeping here. I'm like, So I came out and I sat down here. I said, Sarah, sit down. Sit down. And we started talking. And of course, she was really upset. She was really angry.
Yes.
And it was like she was waiting for that time when we would talk.
Because we are going to you have talked. Let me wait.
So we started talking and she just started.
I had to see out. No, it wasn't like it was just talking, yeah.
And I sat down and she talked, and she said, just go and sleep. We're going to work tomorrow. I said, I'm not going anywhere until we finish this tonight. I could say that because I was calmer.
Yeah.
I was in a place where I could handle whatever heat was coming, and I was ready to take it without reacting reacting with the same intensity of heat that I was getting. So we sat down, we spoke about it. In fact, at some point we'll just keep quiet, we'll just be looking at each other and we'll just for a while. Then we'll be like, okay. So but the truth is there's no conflict we've had that we've not settled. We've never had to involve a third party. We've had to work with each peculiar conflict, not necessarily using a stereotype method.
Yeah.
Because conflicts happen in different ways. There are times where I am the one in the wrong, there are times where she's the one in the wrong. And we can't approach every conflict with the same method. You have to approach it with, of course, with the Spirit of God and with the goal in mind that, okay, we are doing this to resolve the conflict, not because I want to show you how hot I was and then hurt you back because you hurt me. That's not the aim. The aim is that we want to resolve the conflict. So when we start talking, we talk like that. It might be heated from the beginning, but it has to go.
I think one of the things I took is do not address the person, address the problem. I think it's very, very important. And you have a lot of life to live together.
Of course.
And problems will always come. They will be different, but then the person you married is still the same. So finally, just briefly, what do you think is important for people to look out for when they want to settle down, get married? This is a Christian-based podcast, so God is the foundation. If there's no God inside there, I don't know. There's no relationship. You should not even do. If the person does not love God, obviously, it's not all this side talks in my heart. No, see it. If the person doesn't love God, please leave the person. But what do you think from two of you? Maybe just mention like what you consider your three major qualities, and then maybe Sarah will do the same, and then we'll round it. So your three major qualities, what do you think is important that they should look out for?
So if I'm getting your question right, you're asking what are the qualities that I would look for if I am, or what are the qualities that make a relationship,
or you feel some things that should be non-negotiable, just generally, in a relationship. Because if we say your own, it may not give too much light for other people that are listening. Exactly. So there's some things like, for somebody, they would want to marry a tall person. So by all means, if that's your desire, marry the tall person. It doesn't mean that those who marry those that are shorter than them, it's wrong. But then there's some things that are, whether you're short, you're tall, you're black, fair, or whatever. What do you think is what should people really look out for? Yes. So we're more about the people now, or the general.
First of all, I would say that you should be with somebody who is teachable.
Okay.
And let me state this. When I say somebody who is teachable, in fact, the idea should have been that the two of you should be teachable. Because oftentimes when people say I want somebody who is teachable, they come with the idea that I already know everything, so I want somebody I can train. That is not it. You have to be somebody who is teachable and ready to learn, and then also look for somebody who is teachable and ready to learn. Then you guys will grow together, learning and unlearning. Because I always say this. In fact, before I got married, I used to say I read a lot of books on relationship. I read a lot of books that told me about ladies, but I never read any book that told me about Sarah. It's true. There's no book out there that tells me about her. So I now have to learn her because she's unique. She's a different person. If I am not teachable, even if she is, that relationship may not work because I would only come with my own preconceived idea, and then I will try to now push them on her, which will not work. So first of all, I have to be teachable. The person has to be teachable. Secondly, I would want somebody who has their purpose defined. Because The Bible said it too. I know that we are saying, of course, God is the foundation, but two cannot act. Two cannot work together. Now, what are they agreeing? It's not just that they agree to marry. That's not the agreement.
Yeah.
I believe that it is the agreement of purpose that is also very important. So, and it doesn't mean that because I'm a drummer, I want to marry a drummer. That's not the agreement.
Imagine Sarah on drums.
I'm not necessarily saying, okay, because I am this and this is what I'm doing, this person also has to be exactly what I am. No, it means that whatever I am doing, she should be able to complement, and whatever she's doing, I should be able to complement. And so that way, we can help each other fulfill both our collective goals and our individual goals.
True.
Yeah. So that's very important. And then finally, I would say, love who you marry. Love. Let the person. Of course, all of this is on the foundation that they know God and they are God fearing. So that's why I'm mentioning all of that. But make sure that there's somebody you are attracted to. It is important. Make sure that the person you're physically attracted to them. It's very important. My friend will say he wouldn't want to marry somebody that he will start explaining to people that, see, she has enough beauty.
How bad? How bad? Who is that your friend?
She has enough.
See, it's not about looks. She has enough.
She has enough.
Yes, she should have enough beauty. And if you're okay with whatever you see, fine.
It's fine, yeah.
But make sure that whatever you have, is something you
like.
not somebody you like, somebody you are actually attracted to, not somebody you are marrying hoping that
something will change.
So I feel for me,
those are the things.
These three things.
All right, Sarah.
I said everything.
You cannot have said everything.
Yes.
You cannot.
The point I wanted to make, I'd have gone first.
So there's nothing outside.
And okay, I would say respect. Marry someone that respects you. It's very important. And supports you.
Yeah.
I used to imagine, I don't like to be imagining the imagination thing. I used to just be like, okay, if somebody else, but just imagine being married to someone that doesn't really support your dream, or what you want to do. I was working somewhere, and I told him one day that I wanted to resign. I was not happy. Doesn't mean the job was the pay wasn't bad per se. And of course, there's no way you work that they won't stress you, except you are the chairman. Even the chairman sometimes stays working, except the chairman. So, when I told him, I don't know how he felt, but he's a very sincere person, but he was like, whatever you want to do, I'll support you. And then being that, okay, it's not automatically going to mean that he's going to be the one working, and then I'm going to be, trying to sort myself out. And I was like, I wanted to do music. Not like, okay, at least backups, not administration stuff. But then I started thinking about, okay, late nights, sometimes we go for rehearsals. You can't say for sure that, okay, we're going to start rehearsals by 3, we close by 8. It can lead to sometimes 11 p.m. But then this young man find his way, be by my side. Sometimes if he can't make it there, he would make dinner, sort himself out, we have rehearsals. And sometimes I'll be at home, throughout, and then I'm having rehearsal, and I'll be like, hey, it's already time for rehearsals. They'll be like, I'm going for rehearsals, because he really supports. Be going, don't worry, I'll sort myself. I'm like, hey, and then since morning, if I was a man, I might feel bad. I'm like, come on, I'm just coming back, I'm tired. So sometimes when he demands for something, I'm like, I'll do it this night, anything you want to eat, because, that's because he really supports me. So I think he's one of the most important. Find someone that supports you. Have someone that, let me not go into that. And then another one is marry someone that has a spiritual covering. I don't know how to put it. You have someone you listen to. Not like, my husband attends Catholic and I'm in Redeem. You guys are not in the same. Like one of my friends would say, there was a day she had a misunderstanding with her husband, and they were not happy with each other. And when they walked, she just said, imagine we're not in the same church. Pastor said exactly like as if she called him and was like, this is what we are going through. Like they just walked in and pastor started preaching and he said exactly what they were going through. The man just sent her a text, baby, I'm really sorry. Like she was like, okay, just imagine he doesn't go to church.
Yeah.
You know, we know God fearing is good though. People that God fearing they don't go to church. But you know, just have someone that listens. Sometimes you have an argument with your spouse and then you can't, if it's so much, because if you don't too much, if it's much, come to me, you know. And then you go to him and like, okay, my husband, like, which pastor? I'm not going there. You don't take me to, you know, who is he? But when it's someone that respects, you know, authority, he would submit, and you know, you guys would have. I think that would make you guys go a long way.
All right. So, thank you guys. It was a very, very awesome, awesome stuff. It wasn't as bad as you thought it was going to be. It was quite nice and all.
It's interesting.
So, anyway, I really hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll be back with more after this. Hey dear Tyler, welcome back. So I really hope that you enjoyed this session. I really hope you learned a lot from them. They're an amazing couple. Thank you so much, Sarah and Monday. Thank you for, you know, just being vulnerable. Thank you for being open to each and every one of us, you know, just sharing your story and letting us see how important friendship is in marriage, friendship is in any relationship. And for me, maybe because I know them personally, and I've gone to that place quite a number of times, and it's always fun, you know, just being around them, always cracking jokes, you know, it's always laughter from beginning to end, and then having enough chow to eat. You know, it's nice. I enjoyed it. Like, when I went to do the recording, Sarah gave me rice, and the rice was nice and everything. But I just love to see how, you know, close they are. The whole friendship connect about them is the most amazing thing for me. And it's something that I would truly want us to hold dear to ourselves. It's important for us that when we enter into any relationship, that the person is a friend, right? That the person is a friend. I've noticed that a lot of times it's the friendship part of relationships that keep a lot of things going. You get, sometimes those emotions may not be there, but when this person is your friend, you know, last you would always figure out how things would just go, right? So I pray that the Lord will help us to make the right decisions. You understand? For those of us, like, you know, Sarah, that was her first. Monday's her first. Monday had his little journeys here and there, but then they still found the right people. Do you understand? So irrespective of your story, irrespective of where you are and your relationship journey, you might not have had any relationship history, or you might have had one or two or multiple, depending. God can still, you know, settle you with the right person. Right, so let's take out time and pray. Father, thank you so much for the Yebos. Thank you so much for how they were vulnerable enough to share their story and to give us various, you know, thoughts about what we should consider in a relationship. Thank you, Lord, for how you started with them. And Lord, Father, we pray, oh God, that you would make their own journey more beautiful in the name of Jesus. And for those of us still trusting you, oh God, to make the right choice, we use their story, oh God, as a testimony that you are able, oh God, to bring the right people to us. Thank you, Heavenly Father, because we know that we would receive more and more testimonies of beautiful homes such as this. Thank you, Lord. In Jesus' name we've prayed. Amen. And so thank you for listening to Dear Tyler today. Next episode on Thursday is not really a conversation. Somebody's going to share her story, and oh my, please do not miss it for anything. It's absolutely epic. You would enjoy it, right? And I hope that you'd not I hope yes, they said, Sha, don't be near onions. Don't stay near onions and everything. Because I could almost assure you that there will be a few little tear droplets and all, right? But it's an amazing, amazing story that you would love. So, yeah. Anyway, so I really hope you enjoyed today's episode. This is me signing out. Remember that I love you, I believe in you, and I'm always rooting for you. Take care, Tiala.